This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, Dunedin's Arran Lodge in Kaikorai Valley will become the city's first supported isolation quarantine facility. One of Dunedin's most popular summer events has been cancelled due to COVID concerns. And a few four-legged fellow fiends have fouled up Christmas for a Dunedin pine tree grower. Tēnā koutou katoa, kia ora, I'm Simon Anderson. A former Kaikorai Valley holiday park has been signalled as a future COVID-19 self-isolation quarantine facility. Dunedin's Arran Lodge is earmarked to be used for SIQ from Saturday. A drop-in session is being held tonight for residents to ask questions of the Southern District Health Board. DHB Chief Executive Chris Fleming sent a letter out to residents this evening informing them of the plans. The 22-unit facility will be used for those needing to self-isolate and is also likely to cater for Invercargill and Queenstown if they run out of SIQ spots. The holiday park is now owned by Kāinga Ora, who plan to redevelop it into a community housing facility in 2023. A house in the Dunedin suburb of Whakaari is badly damaged yesterday afternoon after a car crashed through a fence and into the property. The car drove through the fence and into the Chapman Street home front first, penetrating the wall. While the house and fence are badly damaged, the house was empty at the time and there are no reports of injury. Police say there's no information at this stage on the cause of the crash. The Dunedin City Council has made the tough decision to cancel one of Dunedin's most popular summer events. Each year, the Thieves Alley Market attracts thousands of people to the centre of the city, providing a summer day out and income for many independent stallholders.
The Dunedin City Council says its decision to cancel February's Thieves Alley Market was not made lightly.
Tough decision to make, but it's the right one under the COVID protection framework we find ourselves in.
Last year's Thieves Alley was among the busiest ever, with thousands of people coming to the event. Dunedin City Council General Manager of Community Services Simon Pickford says they simply can't risk the health of so many people.
Well, I think last year we had 8,000 to 10,000 people through at an estimate, so that's huge. And that was part of our thinking, really. You've got a lot of people jammed together in close proximity. You think of Bath Street, it's sort of shoulder to shoulder. We don't want to be a super spreader event, and we want to keep our community safe, so that number of people, just not feasible.
The event was to be held on Saturday, February 12th in the Octagon. Pickford says the team did look at an alternative venue, but decided too much of Thieves Alley's magic would be lost.
And we did look at the Edgar Centre as an option. Just wouldn't work. It takes away that unique thing about Thieves Alley. So we want to maybe do that next year, the following year if we can, if the framework's changed. But really moving it to somewhere else inside would just be another indoor market, and that's really erases the uniqueness of it.
While they're saddened to have to cancel the long-running popular event, he says all is not lost, as there are many other events in Dunedin during this summer.
And the great thing is there's a huge number of events still able to go ahead without having to cancel them. So we've got the ICC Women's Cricket World Cup, and we've got Summer Sounds. And so we've got lots of things that people can do, so people just check out the website and there will be lots of free events where people can come along and enjoy the summer and a fantastic event.
Pickford says they've spent many hours looking into the logistics of how they can make the city's regular events happen within the government's Orange Light COVID-19 framework. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Police have revealed the name of the man who died after his ute crashed down a steep bank on the Gibbston Valley Highway, State Highway 6 near Queenstown yesterday. Police say 39-year-old Amon James Saunders of Alexandra died in a two-car crash which happened at about 10:30 a.m. About 25 emergency services personnel attended the scene after the ute and a van collided. The ute left State Highway 6 and rolled down a bank before coming to a rest on its roof above the roaring Kawerau River in the Nevis Bluff area. Police confirmed the driver died at the scene. No one else was in that vehicle, but two people in the van suffered serious and moderate injuries. A Dunedin pine tree farmer has been left out of pocket and scratching his head after hundreds of Christmas trees died in his field. John Munro believes fallow deer may have developed a costly taste for pine tree bark.
Christmas trees dying before their big day. The culprits, a herd of deer who may have made Santa's naughty list this year after breaking into this plantation and destroying many of the trees.
This is just one area of several where the trees have been ring-barked by the wee fallow deer, and as you can see there's plenty of feed, but for some reason they've got a bit of a taste for the bark around the bottom of the trees, and they ring-bark them and it kills them, and there's just dozens and dozens, or hundreds.
Munro usually has hundreds of trees for sale at his Kaikorai Valley Christmas tree farm, but this year has sold just 42. Some around the edges did survive, and he has a tried and true method of keeping the trees green.
And the tree, I put about 8 disprin in to start with and a half cup of sugar, and I've got a Christmas tree stand, and it takes 10 to 12 litres of water, and my tree sucked up 54 litres of water in about 7 weeks.
Having the animals around the property means children can feed the reindeer as their parents pick up a tree. But the damage they've done will cost him dearly, with no way to instantly replace the hundreds of young saplings. He hopes improved fencing will prevent the fallow deer from barking up the wrong tree in the future. In Dunedin, the South Today.
E whākene still to come on the South Today. We track the damage that wild winds have been doing across Otago, and Christmas carolers bring joy to library goers. See you soon.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Hi there, guess who? Do you recognise the eyes? Oh, okay, it's a haircut. Anyway, it's Lindsay here from Alex Campbell Menswear. Our 3 stores are carrying on as usual. Despite what's happening in the world, we have got some great stock for you. Personally, I've spent 50 years in this business, and we have some excellent supplier relationships. We've got great stock, it's hand-picked, it's here, it's on time, and it's ready for this great summer.
Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
So, as my favourite cut says, keep calm and carry on.
Spark your joy with Jazz, the next generation from Honda.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one, we can help. Call Gillian's today. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
No mai no, welcome back. Strong winds have been the source of some damage to parts of Otago in the last few days. Winds reached a high of 120 kilometres per hour in some parts of Dunedin, strong enough to rip the scrim covering the Dunedin railway station repairs. The plastic scrim has a large tear, a visible wound caused by yesterday's weather. The scrim was installed last month to cover the railway station as it undergoes restoration work. The covering cost about $38,000 to install. Cricket nets at the University Oval also suffered from the weather, with the winds collapsing the lightweight nets. In Christchurch, it's been a case of hams galore, with strong support for an annual Christmas ham sale. The fundraising event is carried out by the Graham Dingle Foundation with orders off the charts this year.
Hams on the move. Staff at the Graham Dingle Foundation have been overwhelmed by the response to this year's festive ham sale. Sales are up by more than 200 hams, beating last year's previous record of 700.
Fantastic. So here at the Graham Dingle Foundation, Lucretia and the team have sold 903 hams this year, which is just amazing for our programs. And it is incredible how much support we've had from the community this Christmas, and we really, really appreciate everybody's support in helping us run our life-changing programs here in Canterbury.
Funds raised by the popular annual sale will go towards supporting the many programs they offer to schools across Canterbury.
The hams are going to fund many of our programs and pay for many of our staff to run the programs. We've got KiwiCan, which is our primary school program, which we see over 3,000 students every week here in Canterbury. And then we've got STARS and then Project K as well, which is our biggest awesome program where the students are taken into the wilderness for 3 weeks and they're mentored by local community folk just like you and I who mentor the students over a year's program.
Foundation staff have been out and about all over the region today and will be delivering the bounty of gammons to eagerly awaiting supporters for the rest of the week. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Lunchtime at the Dunedin City Library has been filled with the sound of carolers singing this week. The Library Christmas Choir have been belting out selections of well-known festive songs in the lead-up to the big day.
A classic Christmas song to celebrate the festive season. Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree wasn't the only track resounding around the Dunedin City Library today. The Library Christmas Choir serenaded readers with a festive mix of songs with some lyrics sung in te reo Māori. While library goers enjoyed the festive performance, the singers say there's always room to improve.
A wee bit more confident than yesterday, and it's just about sort of getting grouped in together so that we can all hear each other. So each day you just sort of think, oh yes, we'll just adapt to this a little bit and get it a bit better.
The Library Carols has been an annual tradition for at least 30 years and has never missed the opportunity to bring some Christmas cheer.
We just like to keep the real spirit of Christmas going, and I don't know that you hear a lot of carols. Well, maybe people do, but it doesn't seem to be predominant, and we just like to get that tradition going to remind people what Christmas is about, and we all really like singing.
The carols will continue each day until Christmas Eve. In Dunedin, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we meet a popular pooch who's bringing joy to holidaymakers, and we continue our Look Back series at the month that was September. Hea koko ake nei.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Livingwell Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Hi, I'm Eden Carson from the Otago Sparks and we'd love to see all your support down here at the Uni Oval this summer.
Hey, what have you got? Okay.
Chicks World, party time, excellent.
Love it! Chicks World!
Chicks World!
Right.
Hoki mai anō. Christchurch Airport has had some extra special staff working in the terminal, helping to ease the travel stress of holidaymakers. Poppy is a St John therapy dog who's been enjoying meeting passengers going through Christchurch Airport. The 3-year-old Cavalier King Charles Spaniel proved popular with travellers, giving them something positive to focus on as they prepared to fly off around the country for the holidays. The POLO'S program, pups assisting with stress, often visits rest homes and schools.
So today we're meeting and greeting passengers and just helping them reduce their stress while they're travelling. So it can be a stressful time and we're just here to put a smile on some people's faces.
The POLO'S team will be at Christchurch Regional Terminal through until Christmas Eve, offering doggy pats, cuddles and what staff like to call paw fives. In the days leading up to Christmas, we're looking back month by month at some of the news events that shaped 2021. September started with the COVID-19 lockdown easing for the South Island, prompting many people to head out to enjoy their refound freedoms. And with spring came a host of baby ducklings, creating issues for a few suburban residents.
As September's COVID-19 alert levels eased to level 3 in the south, golfers were able to get back on the fairways and greens, provided they maintained social distancing. Golf clubs said the courses had been respected by the public during the 2-week lockdown.
A lot of the feedback we've had has been really positive. People have been able to have their dogs obviously on lead and picking up after their dogs. We've had no real vandalism or no bikers and things on like we did last time.
A week later, Queenstown's 2 ski fields opened after a 3-week COVID-19 hiatus. About 2,000 skiers and snowboarders visited ski fields at the Remarkables in Coronet Peak, which had received a top-up of snow earlier in the week.
It's like starting a new season all over again. I had that little bit of anxiety that I could remember how to do it, but no, it's just good to be out there in the fresh air and enjoying some good snow.
Uninvited ducklings overran an Ashburton garden, much to the concern of the owner, but further south in Dunedin, a Wakari resident took on the responsibility of making sure another brood of ducklings got across the road safely.
They just turned up here a few years ago and we just follow them home. And they live down on the stream, and they walk up to our place, we feed them, and at the end of the day we walk them home because I want to make sure they're safe.
And a bright yellow electric bus was tested on Dunedin's streets. Designed and manufactured near Christchurch, the Otago Regional Council was keen to see whether it could handle Dunedin's steeper streets. The city's fleet of electric buses is set to grow to 25 in the near future. Across the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dunedin's Arran Lodge in Kaikorai Valley will become the city's first supported isolation quarantine facility. One of Dunedin's most popular summer events has been cancelled due to COVID concerns, as the council doesn't want to host a super spreader event. And a few four-legged fellow fiends have fouled up Christmas for a Dunedin pine tree grower, resulting in poor Christmas tree sales. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Deputy Editor Craig Page. Kia ora, Craig.
Good evening, Simon. Yeah, we've got a story about a Dunedin woman. She's seeking damages of more than $500,000 from the Southern District Health Board after her daughter died following substantial medical care about 8 years ago. The 2-year-old girl, she was discharged twice from hospital by doctors, only to die several hours after her second discharge. The autopsy revealed she had a rare form of leukaemia that hadn't been picked up. So there's some documents filed in the High Court back in July on respect to this court case, and they've only just been released to the ODT. We've spoken to the mother. She says determined not to let the health board get away with this and wants some justice for her daughter, so we've got plenty on that in tomorrow's paper, and well worth a read. Some significant changes unveiled today by the government in respect to COVID, of course. Most significant, or the most notable, is around the booster shots being reduced from 6 months to 4 months, really aimed at countering Omicron. That means about 82% of the population of double vax will have a booster shot by February, so when borders are expected to open, of course. So, fresh pages, 'tis the season for barbecuing. That's if you can find a nice spot out of the wind at the moment. So we feature a series of recipes from the Ultimate Outdoor Cookbook.
Lovely.
Yeah, very nice. And a few secrets revealed really on how to produce the perfect juicy burger. And of course salmon as well, which is a bit of an art on the barbecue, something I haven't quite mastered. And sport, we've got a nice quirky story. A rugby boot worn by World Cup winning captain, All Black captain David Kirk back in 1987. It's finally making its way back to the University Rugby Club, which of course is where David played his club rugby in the early years. It was owned by Otago University Emirate Professor John Broughton, who purchased it about 30 years ago to a club fundraiser. He's gifting it back to the university. Yeah, it's been signed by David Kirk, and interestingly enough, it's the boot that David Kirk used to put orange peel in the toe of to help with his kicking. So a wee bit of trivia there for you.
Wouldn't want to taste that.
No, exactly. Thank you.
And time now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with today's southern view, a train rolling along past Dunedin's Chinese gardens. Looking at the situation, a series of weak cold fronts will arrive over southern districts in the next few days, bringing changeable weather and southwesterly airflow. Showers and Santa's cloud cover on Christmas Eve are expected to clear, with a fine day likely on Christmas Day. However, the showers and cool southerly winds are back for Boxing Day. Heading to the northwest of the island, Westport and Greymouth experienced that rain on 19 degrees. Sunny in the northeast though, Nelson on 24, Blenheim on 27. And the sun tracks right down the Canterbury coast, Kaikoura 23, Christchurch 26 and Ashburton 25 degrees. It's wet and windy down south though, strong westerlies accompanying 15 or 16 degrees in rain. And much the same in central except for Alexandria, which escapes with a mostly fine day on 21 degrees, just 15 in Te Anau, 20 in both Wanaka and Queenstown. Further north, those inland towns are mostly fine, though strong westerlies are on the way with 21 degrees. Some cloud and perhaps some late showers on the coast. Warm though, 24 to 26 degrees with west to southwest winds. In Dunedin, a fine night tonight with westerly winds on 13 degrees. Fine tomorrow too, with mild and moderate westerlies before a period of showers and colder southwest winds develop late in the day. A high of 22 and a low of 11. And it's cloudy and cool on Thursday with showers and moderate west to southwesterly winds. A high of 17 and a low of 10. And in Invercargill, showers tonight with strong cool westerlies and an overnight low of 11. That continues tomorrow and Thursday as winds turn southwest and temperatures become colder. 16 and 10 tomorrow, 15 and 10 on Thursday. And that's the news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube. Like and subscribe to be notified of that southern news as it happens. Nō reira kia pai te pō, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.